Celebrity Stage Stories is an Edge magazine special presentation. Each issue of Edge explores a compelling theme with an intriguing blend of essays, articles, and photography, along with interviews with the biggest names in TV, movies, music, and more. Visit Edge Magazine's website for free digital versions of the magazine, exclusive digital content, and more at edgemagonline.com, and follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram today. Now, on with the show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Celebrity Stage Stories, and welcome to what's going to be a really great conversation with somebody that is on the minds, the lips, and the fingers as far as everything that's been written and said and discussed about this amazing performer we're going to speak to this week, because she is one of the shining faces of the hit of the summer for Disney Plus and Marvel fans, Miss Marvel. She is an actor, she's a singer, she's a philanthropist, she's Instagram royalty, and of course, you've seen her all summer long, as we said, on Miss Marvel. Mehwish Hayat, how are you? So glad to have you here.
I am good. Thank you so much for having me.
We truly appreciate it. It is truly an honor. And, we've heard so much conversation all summer long about this show. It's been so groundbreaking in so many ways. I want to ask right off the bat, what is playing this mysterious but so important and so quickly beloved character of Aisha? What has that meant to you?
Oh, it has been a great journey. Playing Aisha was honestly a delight, a challenge as well, because Aisha's character had a lot of shades. It was not one dimensional. And the fact that you see her as a warrior turn into somebody who falls in love with a human being, a jinn, and the transformation, the progression, and I think her journey was something that resonated with people. And I think it resonated with me as well. Playing Aisha has been very, very special. And I'm very happy to have been able to do justice to her character. And it resonated with people. It touched so many people's lives and hearts. And I think as an artist, I couldn't have asked for more.
It's really awesome. And I know you've spoken, and so many people have spoken in regards to this show about the importance of representation and everything that this show has done in that regard. What about the representation of history? Because I've heard it said, and I'm not sure how true it is, but certainly from my perspective, I've never seen in a movie, on film, certainly at this level, this much focus on a very real, very significant piece of our history, which is the partition, India and Pakistan, and something that was focused on in this show. But I think a lot of us are learning all about exactly what that meant for the very first time.
Yeah, it was so fascinating. For a mainstream Hollywood project to be actually showcasing a very important part in our history, a very important episode in our history. I mean, for us, we all have a partition story, like Kamala's brother says that every Pakistani family has a story about partition.
Right.
So we have grown up knowing this part of the history, but for people in the West, I mean, it must have been something so fascinating and so different, and something that was such a crucial time for us and for people in the West to learn about it. I mean, Marvel needs to be applauded for bringing that onto the mainstream and letting people know about it.
Yeah, it's been great, and it's been something that has it's really woken people up, I think, to this on a global scale. And this show has really, I think, given a new spotlight to you on a global scale as well. Um, uh, obviously, you've been a big star for a long time. You've been a part of some of Pakistan's biggest films, biggest TV shows. What is the difference? Because now that you're experiencing both sides of the coin, what's the difference in the experience of being a entertainment celebrity in Pakistan versus the way that you're treated here or our celebrities are treated in America?
I mean, the fact that me, along with other Pakistani actors, were given a global platform, um, it was a dream come true. And honestly, the shift and the difference is huge because obviously, um, Marvel is one of the biggest franchise in Hollywood, and to be part of such a big budgeted project, something which is so massive, for us in Pakistan, I never thought, and I learned so much because the sets were amazing, the whole team, and so many people came together from different parts of the world to create
Mhm.
this show. And for me, it was just such a huge learning experience. I was just fascinated. Every day I would just sit down and see how work was being done, how the team is so professional, and everything happens on time, everything is so organized. Our industry is much smaller as compared to Marvel
Yeah.
production. So for me, I mean, I was just like this little girl staring and looking at the team and the way the work was being done, and I was learning so much. It was the first time I was experiencing how VFX works,
Yeah.
and so the whole process was a great learning curve for me, and so much that that can be implemented in our part of the world and in our industry.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a wonderful experience. I think comparison would be unfair because it's obviously one of the biggest franchise in Hollywood and in the world,
Mhm.
and Pakistan film industry is still in its infancy. So I think I would love for us to have such huge budgets for our
Yeah.
movies, and hopefully in future.
What about the aftermath now? I mean, especially now that we've experienced your story, now you're out there in the world and kind of getting all that feedback from the world, and everyone wants to, I think, show you love and celebrate how much they love what you've done on this show. Is there a different vibe now from fans, here, there, anywhere versus what you've experienced before when you've been a big star, but more focused on that on the Pakistan side of things? Is this a
I'm.
different level for you?
It is. It is. It's an upgrade, I would say.
Okay.
It's a total upgrade. And the fact that, I mean, I have a fan base in Pakistan and different parts of the world, but I didn't know that I would get such a massive response from all around the world, from
Mm.
people. I mean, I have to on Twitter translate at times because there'd be comments in French, in Spanish, in different languages, and all filled with love and appreciation for Aisha. I mean, it's just so overwhelming. And also in Pakistan, everyone's so proud because, at the end of the day, it's about representation. And me, along with other Pakistani actors, were given a global platform. And they're just so proud. And they're like, oh, we knew it. We always believed in you. And we're so happy, Mehwish, for doing justice to your character and the fact that people from all around the world are showing love for Aisha. Even in Pakistan, everyone's so proud, so proud.
That's really great. And this is really it's a great thing for you in particular because you've been so passionate and so focused for years now on focusing a lot of your life on fighting for causes that you believe in. So you're certainly someone who's out there fighting for different charities and fighting for different humanitarian rights. You've been involved with Penny Appeal. You were even honored with an award from the United Nations. So, I mean, how do you compare? I guess it's kind of apples and oranges, but how do you compare an accomplishment like that or a distinction like that to everything that you're experiencing and earning right now through the entertainment side of things?
I mean, I've always tried to use the influence and the following that I have to support, and work for causes that I believe in, and education being one of them. I think it would be a disservice if I'm not using my influence and the power that I have to bring some sort of change and betterment in the lives of people. I do that as an entertainer as well. with the projects that I do. I try to be part of projects that are more meaningful, that are message oriented, and I think being able to play Aisha, being a part of such a huge project, it's only a proof that as long as you are determined, as long as you're focused, there's nothing that you cannot do. And be it supporting a cause, be it fighting for human rights, or entertaining people, I think it's all about being able to connect with. It has been this journey so far. It's like a dream, honestly. And sorry, I think the bright. Can I just, if it's okay with you, can I just adjust the curtains because I think
Sure,
I'm too bright. One
sure,
second.
no problem.
The sun is right. Is it better? Okay.
Yeah, you look great.
Sorry. Can you repeat that question for me again?
We were talking about sort of the comparison between the high of getting a distinction from the United Nations versus the high, the different direction, different equally impressive honor, and what you're experiencing now as far as all the feedback from Miss
No,
Marvel.
it's just so overwhelming. It's heartwarming, and the fact that with each project, with every new thing that I do, I try to achieve something out of it. And with this one, I obviously was very happy to be part of this groundbreaking series. But the very fact that it is actually representing us, Pakistanis and Muslims, in a fair, in a more balanced portrayal, it was never done before. So for me, it was actually a double treat to be part of such a great big show and also be able to represent. And I have always used global platforms to speak up about the causes that I believe in. And misrepresentation of Pakistanis and Muslims have always been something that I spoke about because it used to frustrate me to see in the West, in Bollywood, how a Muslim would always be a villain and a terrorist or the bad person or the troublemakers. And I think Marvel needs to be applauded to have actually come up with a story that actually represents 2 billion people in the world, and also South Asians, and also for the West to see so many cultural norms like the food, food,
Hmm.
Pakistani music, Pakistani actors.
The
So
wedding, yeah.
for me, it's a treat, and it's honestly a dream come true. It's definitely an upgrade, and I think with greater power comes greater responsibility, and with more exposure, I think I have to be more mindful about what I do next.
I love it. I love it. Um, and Mehwish, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're short on time. I got one more question for you. And look, I know the Marvel helicopters are circling probably both of us right now. So no spoilers. No, don't say anything you don't want to. But I just want to ask you this from your perspective. Um, Over a decade ago, we had a movie from Marvel called Captain America: The First Avenger. In that movie was a character named Peggy Carter, played by Haley Atwell, who was not the focus of the movie, but the fans rallied around this character so much that not only did she come back again and again and again to this very day, but she also had her own TV series because we wanted more of that character. I believe that the feedback that we've gotten about Aisha feels kind of similar to that. So if the opportunity came up, could we see more Aisha, whether we're exploring her past or anything is possible in the Marvel universe? Is it possible we could see more Aisha from your perspective in the future?
I mean, to be honest, there were so many questions that were left unanswered.
Mhm.
There was a lot of ambiguity around. Like, I've been reading comments and I've been keeping an eye on what the feedback is, and so many people are saying, what were they doing on planet Earth. I mean, what exactly happened? Were they exiled? What
Yeah.
really happened? What was the backstory of Aisha? You know, so I mean, there is a lot of margin, a lot that can be explored, but it's up to the writers and the producers and show creators um, to actually bring Aisha back. I mean, when I was funny story, when I was doing that scene where Aisha obviously dies, and one of my team members said I was very sad about it, and one of my team members said, Mehwish, in Marvel universe nobody really dies, anybody can come back.
Yeah.
you know so I'm very hopeful. I really hope that there is a spin-off show or something. I mean, Aisha has touched so many lives and has resonated with so many people, and I think one episode wasn't enough.
There you go. There you go. I agree. I think a lot of others agree as well. For all of us who have watched Miss Marvel, for all of us out there who may be watching it again or just catching up with it for the first time, thank you so much for being on the show. It was great to get
Thank
some
you.
insight about it and everything that you did in the show. And fingers crossed, this is not the end of Aisha, but it's certainly not the end of you. We'll be following you as millions already do on Instagram, right? That's where we
Yes,
want to
and
funnel,
Twitter.
and Twitter as well.
Yes.
And yeah, so thanks so much, and
Thank you.
good luck with everything, all the exciting things that are coming up next for you.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you so
All right.
much.
All
Lovely
right.
talking to you. Bye.
Thank you. And thank you all for checking us out this time out on Celebrity Stage Stories. Make sure you check us and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/Jerry Strauss and all your favorite podcast outlets. For all of us, we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.